Welcome to the show. Lights come on, we're left tonight. Sportcat shining, feeling right. Brenda's laughing by his side, turning chaos into pride. Headlines roll, but we don't fear. We find the light and bring it here. Sportcats Gazette, don't bunker tonight. We rise above with laughter and light. Through every storm, we find our way, smiling through the madness every day. Hey, 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 every day. Every day. Sportcats Gazette, hit play. Yeah.
Sportcats Daily Gazette. Live across Australia on Dare Media Group radio stations. News, weather.
And somehow it all makes sense. Sort of. For more information, go to daremediagroup.com.au.
The boss jock has entered the building. You are listening to the Sportcat Show.
That's right, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages. You're the one and only Sportcat. I am live with you on Dare Talk Radio, Radio X Australia, and Radio X Rock and Roll, countries and classic oldies. Welcome to today's train wreck. I encourage you, we're live on YouTube. Come over and find us under the YouTube shows. I need you to come over and hit that like button. Share us out because we're a damn train wreck waiting to happen. And while you're at it, just subscribe to the train wreck. So there you go. In our chat already, we've got Denise, and somewhere in there I saw Chris. Yeah, Chris is in there. And oh yeah, there's Brenda too. Let me bring her out. Well, let me bring the picture of her out. So, or the the blackened screen of her out. Brenda, what the hell's wrong with you?
I'm Sergeant Butterscotch Poopy reporting for duty.
Brenda,
I just woke up.
What the hell? Are you doing drugs, Brenda?
No, my
Handsome?
back was killing me last night, and I was up and down all night.
Yeah, my neck is still. I slept on it weird, and I don't know.
We need to go and find a day spa, and you and I both need to go, and we need to have a massage.
Something, that's for sure.
We need to have a massage, and our backs realigned, and all that.
That's right. Well, you know what today is, don't you, Brenda?
It's Friday.
It's Friday.
That's right. It is Friday. So, and as AI has properly identified me as, I am like the morning DJ, Brenda and I, and we're your friends. We're here to tell tales. You're going to learn about us, our family, her broken back, her midget fetish. So we do here, AI. So we are a big family. We just need about 400 more people to be a bigger family. So,
you know, it's a good thing that we are not a morning show, because hell, I can barely get up to be here.
Well, we technically are a morning show for Australia.
Yeah, well, yeah, I guess
technically we are in that sweet spot of morning shows where we can say whatever the fuck we want, because nobody's either listening or nobody's waking enough to go, what did you say?
Denise, I have done that before, but I've gone to a doctor appointment and thinking it was, that day, and they told me it's not till next month. I'm like, what?
And Denise in the comment section, I went to the doctor today and was told my appointment was yesterday. Blame it on the time smear. That's what you're supposed to do. Blame it on the time smear. So we prove every day that there's a time smear. So, Brenda, yesterday we were talking about the news cycle, and we were like, okay, there's only a few stories. There's going to be a rocket that comes and crashes into the ocean, and pilots or astronauts are saved. We're going to blow some shit up, and then more stuff about blowing shit up. The next 48 to 72 hours, this news cycle is going to explode. And next week, when the Senate comes back and the House comes back, it's probably going to look like somebody walked into DC and dropped off large firecrackers or something. So it's gonna get ugly. So
well, that's what they get for taking
we may have just taken care of several key players in DC over the weekend. So holy cow. So
well, that'll make them think twice about leaving.
That's great. So, see, you have to stay right here to find out what we're talking about. There you go. So
they're like, every time we try to take a vacation,
you can't have nothing nice in DC. You just can't. Well, Denise, we love you too. I love all of my listeners and my chat followers, and even UAI. I love UAI. So. I would give
You're
you
just saying that so it doesn't shut us off and on.
Well, no, we had AI and I were having a pretty good discussion while I was waiting on you. So
I argue with it. I tell it it's stupid all the time.
Oh, don't do that. Chris says my picture for the show made it look like the astronauts were in a hot water around a burning sex toy.
Woo-hoo.
Well, Chris, they may
Probably
be.
Was.
They've been in space for 10 long days, and there's only one female. Just tossing it out there. Everybody wants to be that first person to have sex in space, right? So.
You cannot tell me that has not been done already.
I would think it has.
Well, it's never been done because they've never been there.
Oh, come on, Brenda.
Oh,
come on,
get off of it.
We're going to get on something. I don't know what we're going to get on. Currently, it is 2:07. Well, might as well say 2:08 on the East Coast here in, well, I'm not in New York City. I'm in Knoxville, but in New York City, it's 2:06. LA, it's 11:08. We don't have any scandals to talk about you guys today. Denver, 12:08. Chris, down where you are in Chicago, well, you missed your lunch hour, so it's overnight in Australia. It's 2 a.m. in Perth. Good morning. It's already your Saturday. You're lucky. So, and it's 4 a.m. in Sydney. So good morning to you and to Lord Howe, to all of our listeners, even the ones in Ukraine. I don't know what time it is in Ukraine, but apparently we have Ukrainian listeners, which kind of freaked me out. So what? So, I welcome them. I welcome them all. So we're a diverse group, and we're one big happy family, like a morning show should be. You all know about Mrs. Sportcat and my cat, my dog. You know about Brenda's dog. We're just a family here. That's what we are.
Hey, Ukraine. My dog's from Russia.
No. Hey, for the right amount of money, Ukraine, I'll give you the address for a drone. So,
oh my God.
What? For the right amount of money, I'll give you the address. Chris says Brenda said get off it when she was talking about sex. Oh, no. Well, I didn't notice that. That's very observant of you, Chris. Chris sent me some photos earlier. I assume he sent them to you. So
not of me.
No, not of you. No. Okay. And we are still looking for those pictures to surface of you and the midget. So
I might just jump on his unicorn with him. I don't know.
If there are any pictures of you and a midget, I may actually have to go to the bank and get
riding a unicorn.
Oh my God,
that'd be worth more.
Well, the sun is only a minute and 15 seconds behind, so there you go. So Chris says you have the pictures. He's got receipts. So.
I have the pictures. Oh my God, Chris.
Oh my God.
Oh.
Yes.
Okay, nothing.
Yeah.
I know what he's talking about. Okay. I was lost for a whole minute.
Oh, there's a shock.
Dude, I just woke up. Oh my god.
Well, you know what? You just woke up,
coffee.
and we're going to ask you some tricky general knowledge.
Oh my god. Can you give me like 5 minutes to go make coffee?
Nope. You should have had your man slave do it. So.
Oh, he can't make my coffee. He has no idea. He doesn't drink coffee.
Well, you better get one of those K-pot things where you just put it in, and you can wash your panties in it too, I'm told.
Oh my god. I have one of those. I have a cure, but I don't use it for washing panties. Trust me.
You know, that's why they're removing them out of hotel rooms after that video went viral.
That is just disgusting. Imagine how many people recently have been to these hotels and then they come out with that. It's like, what?
When you go to a hotel, you need to go in there with a mask and gloves on and Lysol.
I'm telling you, right? Get one of those black lights just to look around and see what's where.
I had a captain when I was on flying, and he used to tell me every day about the different things he would cover with bodily fluid and leave for the staff. And I'm like, that's just wrong. He's like, I'm leaving my mark. Good God.
No, God.
And I'm on you about your sexual deviancy with midgets. So
In 11 years, I got to start small. Wait.
holy cow. Chris, we need to get him connected.
Oh my God.
I see now why your Christian friends dumped you. Or did I corrupt you? Which is it?
Oh my God. Shut up.
Oh my God, that's great. So, all right, well, we're gonna do some general trivia just to see how very smart you are. So,
Oh God, he's putting me into the spectrum again. Here we go.
I'll kick in a little bit, and then I will also kick in the chat. So it's only 10 questions. You can handle this. So, and you got Denise. You got Denise and Chris here. If KG was here, you'd have another helper. So, and Jen, we know Jen is out doing the mom thing today, so she can help you. So, all right, you ready, Brenda?
I guess.
Albert Einstein was awarded the 1921 Nobel Prize for Physics for his work in which particular field? Photoelectric effect, Brownian motion, special theory of relativity, or general theory of relativity?
I believe that it was the special relativity.
Okay. We'll wait and see if the chat wants to kick in. If it was photo, Brownian, special, or general.
Hang on a minute. Chris says science, and Denise said photo effect. Oh, well,
Okay.
maybe. Did they have that back then?
He was the smartest man in the world. He could have invented a camera.
He was not. He stole half his shit from Tesla. Anyways.
Well, then he was a smart thief.
He was a smart thief. Is that answer on there?
Photoelectric effect. Yes, you have photoelectric effect, Brownian motion, special theory of relativity,
I know
or
that
general.
had something to do with the theory of relativity. But I can't even say it.
But
right
I don't know if that's what he won the Nobel Prize for.
Oh, well, I wasn't there, and I can't ask Trump because he'd get very angry because he won that.
Trump's busy right now ducking. All right, we'll
go with what Denise says.
We'll go with photoelectric effect. I was thinking it was general, but I'm not sure. I know it was relativity, but I don't know if that's why he got the Nobel Prize. So, All right, the Earth rotates 360 degrees on its very own axis every blank. 24 hours, 28 days, 365 days, 23 minutes, 56 seconds, and 23 hours, 56 minutes, and 4 seconds.
Well, according to the liars, I think it's every 24 hours. Shut up.
You mean science. Gotcha. All right.
Nope. not science.
The book.
I would think it's 28 days if you asked me, because I don't know. But, there's a lot of stupid bullshit. But we'll go with 24 hours.
Science. No, wait. No, Denise is coming back and saying, no, it's 23. Well, she may be right, because remember, the sun is behind. So she says 23 hours, 56 minutes, 4 seconds. Chris says 24 hours. So even the chat's confused on this.
And by next week, it'll be 22 hours, because the sun will fall behind again.
So are we going with Denise? We'll go with Denise.
Okay.
I think it could be. I don't know.
And Chris says, I changed 23 hours.
Oh my
we're
God.
going to have some fun with this one.
Yep. We're going to find out that we aren't smarter than a first grader. The book, The Wind in the Willows, was adapted for stage by which author? Kenneth Grahame, J.M. Barrie, Enid Blyton, or A.A. Milne? Or is that Milne? It's probably Milne.
Well, the only one that makes any sense that can even say is Kenneth, so let's go with him.
All right. And Denise says she read it, so she's going with Kenneth Grahame. All right.
Okay.
So Denise is, I'm going to fire you, Brenda. The play Edward II was written by who? Shakespeare, the Pope, Bacon. Who the hell is Bacon? Or Marlowe?
Bacon was a little pig.
A curly tail. The play Edward II was written by whom? Shakespeare, the Pope, Bacon, or Marlowe?
Edward the First. Oh.
Chris says Ken. I'm hoping he means the
I
previous.
think it was Shakespeare. If he didn't, the little pig Bacon did.
Okay, we're going with Shakespeare.
Oh, wait. Denise said something else.
Oh, hold on.
Marlowe.
We'll have to wait for it to
Marlowe Brandon.
So she says it's Marlowe? I don't see it in my thing. Oh, there, it just popped up. Why is it popping up? And who is Megan Zimmerman, and why is she messaging me? All right, Marlowe it is. All right. Who wrote the lyrics to Mac the Knife? Oh, that's an old song. Who wrote the lyrics to Mac the Knife? Irving Berlin, Ira Gershwin, Bertold Brecht, or Louis Armstrong? Mac the Knife. Who wrote it? I think
Bacon wrote it.
Bacon had nothing to do with this.
I want to get a little piglet now and call it Bacon.
You would not let me get a goat yesterday, so you cannot have a piglet.
That's because you wanted to maim it. You wanted to pull its
I
horns
want to
up.
name it. It would not harm it. It was just a little super glue and some sutures. That's all. So,
I told you, let me pull your ears all the way up to the top of your head, and you tell me how it feels.
So Denise says, I think it's Bertold. All right. I was going to say Louis, but I don't know for a fact. So, in fact, I'm pretty sure we're halfway through, and I don't know that I know one of these answers. All right. BSE, or mad cow disease, is thought to be caused by what? A virus, a fungus, bacteria, or prions? Is that who? We picked them.
Well, it's kind of caused by parasites, which I think is a bacteria. It ends up being a bacteria.
We will wait. Chris says prions. He may have had mad cow disease. We should.
Prions. I'm trying to think what prions. Hang on. Wait.
They're little things on the ground that pigs don't eat.
So bacon's safe.
That's why only cows get the disease. Prions it is. We'll go with Chris. So.
Yeah, let's do that. Prions may be some type of parasite, so you never know.
Who built the first steam locomotive in England? Oh, wow. Trevithick, Watt, Stevenson, or Pullman? Who built the first steam locomotive in England? Trevithick, Watt, Stevenson, or Pullman?
Chris says Steven, or I'm sorry, he said Trivisic. Boy, I'm as bad as you today.
Yeah.
Maybe I need to put my teeth in. Maybe that's the problem.
Midget doesn't like it when you have your teeth in. The statue. Here's a question right up Denise's alley. The Statue of Liberty, and she says that that's also triple thick. So the Statue of Liberty is in which state in the United States?
Oh, come on.
New Jersey, New York, Connecticut, or Pennsylvania? Well,
if it was in Connecticut, it would have disappeared by now. It is in New York. Come on.
Okay. All right. Well, I mean, I thought that might be a gimme. So, how many King Edwards have ruled England? 3, 8, 11, or 5?
Probably 8.
Okay. I was going to say 3. But
Chris says 11.
Okay, we'll go with 11. Hell, I don't know. I never knew an Edward. So
11. Oh my God. You think they would have stopped having children?
Well, and Denise says 11. All right. Which country was formerly known as Northern Rhodesia? Tanzania, Zimbabwe, Zambia, or Botswana?
You know, the only place that I've heard of that you have listed, including the name of wherever it's at, is Zimbabwe. That's the only thing I've ever heard of.
You say Zimbabwe. Okay. So Northern Rhodesia was formerly known as blank. Tanzania, good God. Tanzania, Zimbabwe, Zambia, or Botswana?
Zimbabwe. That's the only one I know.
All right. So I'm pretty sure.
Denise and Chris agree.
Well, no, they're saying it's Zambia.
Oh.
So,
Zambia on it? Oh, okay.
Yeah, Zambia. All right, let's see how bad.
I had the Z right. Shut up.
All right. So Denise was correct. Albert Einstein won the 1921 Nobel Physics for physics in his explanation of the photoelectric effect, not the theory of relativity. Okay.
Oh.
And they were both correct. The Earth rotates 360 degrees on its very own axis, but it takes 23 hours, 56 minutes, and 4 seconds to complete the full rotation relative to the distance of the stars. This is also known as the, now, how do you not know this? Sidereal day. Our familiar 24-hour is on a solar day, which is slightly longer because the Earth is also moving along in orbit with the sun. As a result, the Earth has to rotate a little more than 360 degrees for the sun to appear in the same position in the sky again. There you go. And I would have had this one right, and I went with Denise. The book Wind in the Willows was adapted for stage by which author? We chose Graham, but he wrote The Wind in the Willows, which was published in 1908, and A.A. Milne was the one who adapted it for stage in 1929 as Todd of Toad Hall. So,
well, we weren't alive then, so.
Yep, and this is, well, he is also best known for creating who? Who did he create, Brenda? This is how I knew it. This is actually how I knew it, because he was the creator of Winnie the Pooh. So, yeah, so that's how I knew it. That was what gave it to me, because it was like, no, I think he wrote it, but the trick is, I think he adapted it because loosely Pooh comes from that. It's an adaptation. So
don't tell Disney that.
Oh well, so
have a fit.
All right, so the play Edward was written by Marlowe in 1591 to 1592ish, and one of the most important English history plays. It tells the story of Edward II of England, especially his relationship with Piers Gaveston and the king's eventual downfall. Who wrote, I would have got this wrong, who wrote the lyrics to Mac the Knife? Bertold Brecht, who was a German playwright and poet. He wrote the lyrics to Mac the Knife. So for some reason, I had it in my head it was Louis Armstrong. But okay, we got that one right. Oh, and a prion. Well, BSE or mad cow disease is caused by a prion. Oh, Lord. Bovine spongiform encephalopathy, otherwise known as BSE, and mad cow disease is caused by prions. They are misfolded proteins that can cause other proteins to misfold. Unlike bacteria or viruses, prions contain no genetic material and are notoriously hard to destroy with a normal heat or standard sterilization method. So it damages brain tissue, leaving it spongy and full of holes. And isn't that, Chris, haven't they found that to be what is basically in the DNA to be a blank space, and it just keeps replicating it? Is that correct? I think that's correct. I don't know. It's been a long time since I had biology. Who built the first steam engine? Trevithick. Well, he built the first steam locomotive to run on rails. Britain, 1804, 24 years before Stephenson's rocket. His engine ran on the Pennydarren tramrod in Myrtle. He's said to have hauled about 10 tons of iron and 70 men. All right. Wow, that's a long time ago. 1804.
Yeah.
And, of course, the Statue of Liberty is in New York City. So it was a gift from France. So a lot of people would have gotten that wrong. They would have thought it was Jersey, but I know that because FDNY is who protects the island. So how many King Edwards have ruled? 11. 11 kings of England have been named Edward. Their numbered line runs from Edward the First to Edward the 11th. But okay, that makes sense. And that one was, hey, I want to be called Edward the Elder, Sportcat the Elder. That's my new title. The Confessor was the last Anglo-Saxon king before the Norman conquest. So, all right, he was later canonized as a saint. Northern Rhodesia, well, it used to be called Zambia. In 1964, it was named after Cecil Rhodes, the British imperialist and founder of the British South African Company. Southern Rhodesia, which lays south, eventually became Zimbabwe, following the longer or more complicated path to independence. So both territories were British as part of colonial Africa. So wait a minute, I'm confused here. It became an independent nation of Zambia in 1964, but it had been named after Cecil Rhodes, because I guess that's why it's Northern Rhodesia. Okay, all right, makes sense. And so we got 9 out of 10. That's pretty dang good. That's pretty good. So we only missed the wind in the willows. So it proves that Chris is smarter than a 5th grader. So. So, all right, let's see. Do we have time for another one? What do you want to do? You want to do a, wait a minute, hold on. Where's Hangman? Do y'all want to do a Hangman? So there was a guy named Ken in college who dated this really sizable woman. Some unpolitically correct people sometimes said Ken was holding the ton of irons.
Oh my God.
Oh, I love my child. We want to play Hangman. We got a few minutes. You want to play a game of Hangman?
Yeah, as long as it's not on a timer.
I don't well, I'll see if I can make it not on a timer. But all right, so we got animals, we got arts and culture, we got books, language arts, life, Hangman. Okay. Oh, let's talk about different soups. Okay. All about pirates, birthday cake flavors, geography, Hangman. That's probably not for us. History, we've already proven that. Holidays, season. Timers are bad. Let's see. People, we got all kinds of people. Pop culture, Anime, no, we wouldn't do that. We tried comic book, and Chris got that one right off, I think. Movies. So what do you in the chat want to do? We got movies, television, music, video games, science, sports. We got all kinds of stuff. So y'all tell me what you want to do. What you want to do. I just push buttons up here. That's all I do. So I need a producer to push buttons.
Are we all thinking?
And talk. What?
I said, I think everybody's thinking, and you just flew right by him. I forgot half of what you said.
Well, we got. Hold on. Let's. All right, I'll narrow it down. We'll go to the life hangman. So that's kind of a multi-purpose. There's types of soup. There's 4 different categories or 4 different ones. Chris says he's all for the ladies' choice. There's soups, breakfast at the beach, which, by the way, I'm already getting in beach mode because I have a beach trip planned. At the circus, in the toolbox, all about pirates, birthday cake flavors, favorite desserts, favorite cookies, favorite pizza toppings, favorite vegetables. And well, I guess I do have a favorite vegetable. Popular car brands, types of transportation, and once we pick one of these, it's going to ask us another. We're going to get another collection.
Hey, we're fat kids. Let's go for cookies.
You want to go for favorite cookies? Okay,
sure. Why not? What the
favorite cookies? Oh, hold on. It's got to verify I'm human. If I had a producer, he would have already done this. Oh Lord! All right, favorite cookies.
Oh my God.
Wait a minute. Well, let's see here.
Yeah, I think you're right. You should have went with toppings, but there's more toppings than there are cookies.
But I don't know about that.
That's what I thought. I was going to say, that's what I thought till we hit this.
Where is, but this is my keyboard, but where do I get my hint? Hangman, favorite cookies. All right, this is annoying me. Where is my hint? S-T-U, I don't know. Okay, I don't know. This is confusing me. All right, hold on. We're going to go back here because I don't understand why it's not giving me a...
Well, go to pizza toppings and let's see. Go back.
Okay, we'll go. Well, hold on. My screen just went blank, so hold on. Get back there. Oh, yes, continue. I'm a human. What did you say? Life pizza? Is that what we said?
Pizza toppings.
Favorite pizza toppings. Okay, here we go. I don't know why I didn't do that before. Okay, favorite pizza topping. It's 2 words. And let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. For the first word, 9 letters. For the second word, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So it's a favorite pizza topping. 9 letters for the first word and 6 for the second. All right. So I think they should give us like our vowels or something. All right. So where do you want to start, Brenda?
Well, Chris said start with an S.
Start with an S. Okay.
Apparently he's trying to say
there is one S. It is the last letter of the first or second word. So
oh my God. Pick an A.
A? Okay. I don't know what you're thinking with an A, but there are 2 A's. Denise says cheese. All right, so there's 2 A's. An A is the first letter in the first word, and it is the third letter in the second word. So it starts with A. It's 2 words. It ends with S.
Oh, Denise.
Well, no, we have to start with an M, and it starts with an A, unless mozzarella has a different name.
Oh.
All right, so give me another letter.
Crap. All right, let's go ahead and do it. E.
E. All right. There are 2 E's. The first word ends with an E. In the second word, the second letter is an E. So it starts with an A, the first word, ends with an E. And what is it? Notice that 9 letters. And the second word, 6 letters, is blank EA blank blank S. Denise wants an R. All right. There are 2 R's. It's AR is the first two letters of the first word, and the second word is got EAR in the middle of the word. It's blank EAR blank S.
She also said a T.
Oh, I didn't see that. Okay. I'm sorry, Denise. T. Chris, you're going to fail this. If you fail this one, I think I already know this one. So ART is the first word. 9 letters, ends with E. In the second word is 6 letter. And yes, that's what I was thinking. Hearts. Is it not artichoke hearts? Let's see. Is there an H? Yes, there are 2 words. Is there?
I have never had that on a pizza.
You've never had that on a pizza?
Artichoke
I can say, Chris, have you had artichoke hearts on a pizza? Where's the K? There's the K. So it is artichoke hearts. Okay, very good. We didn't even have the little stick figure's head. How about that? All right. Let's see. Try another one. Oh, this is one word. This is going to be much more difficult. One word, and it is 6 letters long. One word, 6 letters long. Favorite pizza toppings. Where are we starting with this?
Let's see.
We
start with an S.
Well, Chris says, I know about it because I have made sure to always avoid it. Mine was anchovies. I don't think I've had artichoke hearts on
I wouldn't put anchovies on a pizza either. Nasty.
I think it was Mrs. Sportcat's mom that did it. I'm not sure. But I was like, what is this? We'll see. Nope, there is no C, Denise. So that would rule that word out. So we have the head. The head is hanging.
Dun, dun.
The first letter that we went with was C. So,
is there an S?
As in Sam?
Yes.
There is. It ends with an S.
Okay.
Ooh. Wait, see, Chris is my pizza guy. We've put Chris on the spot. He knew history, and we're challenging his pizza knowledge. Favorite pizza topping. One word, 6 letters, ends with an S. Yeah, see, this time we did get an S, Denise. So it ends with an S. It's blank, 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 blank S. That didn't help our radio audience any. Pizza topping. Of course, we've probably at some point caused at least one car crash by somebody screaming and throwing their phone across the car. Yes, Chris, there is an E. The second to the last is E. The last 2 letters are ES. So we've probably caused at least one car wreck for people going, how can they be that stupid, and punching their dash or throwing the phone across. Yes, Australia, we really are that stupid. You just thought it was our leader. This is how he got elected, for God's sake.
We failed, but we got the best gold statue for failing.
Damn straight we did. I want a presidential gold coin. Our chat's quiet, so we need a letter, Brenda. It's 6 letters, ends with ES.
Is there a
yes? There's got to be one of them, but what is it?
I'm trying to shut the hell up. I'm trying to think of what all is there for a pizza.
Well, you wouldn't have thought of artichoke hearts.
No, I wouldn't have. Or
Denise says, let's see if there's a T. There is no T. Now we have a head and a body hanging there. There is no T, but there is an E and an S. There is no C. There is no T. 6 letters.
Is there an I?
Want to try an eye? Okay.
Sure, why not? Maybe we'll get an arm.
There is an eye. It's blank blank I blank ES. Ooh.
Is there?
Oh.
It can't be that. That's too many letters.
You know, is it prions? No, it ain't prions. I'm gonna feel so silly if it's what I'm thinking it is. It's gonna be, what in the hell did you put on that pizza?
Probably.
So let's see. What would be? We'll try an F. What do you think? No.
Okay, why not?
Okay, F or R? Any of those? There is no F, so that rules out my clue.
Do an R.
Do an R. All right. There are no R's, and now we got a head, a body, and two arms. Our guy is in serious trouble here. Chris,
Well, I'd like to know what this weirdo is putting on his pizza.
Hey, he's already put artichoke hearts on it. So everybody loves a good artichoke pizza. Put a little jalapeno and pineapple on there, and I'm all in. So
I'm gonna keep my little piggy away from him so it doesn't become bacon.
The chat is silent. We have stumped Chris. So
You stumped me.
But see, Chris is my go-to pizza guy. So me and him agree that the best pizza is deep dish. So
Quick, Chris, call Domino's, tell them how many letters it is, and ask them what topping they have.
Yes, tell the clerk that 16-year-old that answers, there's a man that his whole life depends upon the correct answer.
Oh my gosh. Okay. Let's put a let's see. Let's put a no.
Yes,
Put a O.
O is an Oscar. All right, Let's see if there's an O. There is an O. Ooh, it starts with an O. O blank I blank ES.
A U.
Chris wants an N. There is no N.
A U.
A U. Hold on, look at me.
I already know what it is.
You
what?
Olives.
Oh, you cracker.
And you know, I should have got that because I told the missus, if you get olives on the damn thing, put it on your half of the pizza. I don't want it. She loves olives. Get that nasty shit off her. Of course, she says the same thing. Chris, had you guessed it before we went before Brenda decided to just kill the guy?
Hey, that's the first time we've ever killed him.
I
feel justified.
Well, that's true. So, favorite pizza topping? Neither artichoke hearts or olives fall on my list. So, what's your favorite pizza topping, Brenda?
I like onions and mushrooms. Sometimes I'll throw pineapple.
Off your nipple? What did you just say?
Pineapple. I do not put meat on my pizza.
What is wrong with you? You have to be communist.
No, I like onions, and even when I get them and make them at home, I saute the mushrooms and onions and then put them on there. Yeah,
I like mushrooms and onions and jalapeno, but I like also sausage. And Mrs. Sportcat, she wants pepperoni, olives, and mushrooms. And I'm like, what is wrong with you? I'll take the pepperoni and I'll take the mushrooms, but just keep those nasty olives on your side of the pizza.
Meatballs on a pizza? Oh, well, you live in New York. I'm in Texas. If we're having meatballs, it's going to be in a pot with brisket.
That's interesting. Meatballs on a pizza. I don't think I've ever tried. I would be game to try. I'm going to tell Mrs. Sportcat that. We're getting a meatball pizza on vacation.
I don't think that there's a place out here that has meatballs to put on a pizza.
Well, maybe that might be a New York thing. Chris, is that a New York thing? I got to say, I haven't heard of meatballs, but I don't see why you couldn't, because a meatball sub, I mean, it's just basically pizza sauce, meatballs, and then all your stuff in it.
I don't use regular, I don't like the regular pizza sauce either. So what I do is I get garlic parmesan sauce on it, and then I have the onions and mushrooms with it. So, yeah.
My wife, Mrs. Sportcat, she has from my grandfather, who supposedly he got it from his adopted Italian grandmother that raised him, a spaghetti sauce recipe and a pizza sauce recipe, but she will not make it. She despises it. It takes all day to make. So, well, actually it takes a full 24 hours in a crock pot, and she won't make it. She's like, it's too much stuff. And I'm like, she says, it's too hard of work. I just buy a can of ragu and throw it on there.
Yeah, I know how to make it homemade.
Oh, but
too,
I
like
did
that.
try something here recently. And I think it's from Tombstone. Chris, you'll get mad at me for this, but I did try this. It's a new crust. They use French fries, and then they don't dress it like a pizza. Like they put cheese on it, so you can have a French fry pizza with cheese, which is basically French fries and cheese, or you can have chili cheese, or you can have loaded baked potato pizza on French fry. I thought when I bought it, I was like, because it was on sale, it was like $3 here at Food City, and I was like, yeah, this will be a good snack. And if I don't like it, I give it to Ginger. This is why Ginger weighs 70 pounds, and, and so I was like, oh, this is pretty good, bitch. You ain't getting none of this. And then she just kind of looked at me, but
You didn't even give her a bite?
no, well, I might have. I don't know. So me and her were fighting. Oh my God, yesterday.
Now, Denise,
Yesterday was the maddest I have been since I've been in East Tennessee. So, while I was on the air, Mom was out running. I don't know. I finally got her. She's going to Walmart and Rural King. I've got her out of the house doing things, which is one thing I was looking for before I left. She came in, hey Sage, and was unloading the car, and she was calling up to me, and I was getting my shirt on and my Crocs on to come down and help her get to bring the groceries in, or whatever it was she had in. And I'm like, where's Ginger? She's like, isn't she with you? I'm like, no, she was down here. And I come running upstairs, look, both of her laying down spots. I'm like, shit, she's not at either of them. So I go back downstairs and I'm hollering for her. At this point, I'm getting a little frantic. I'm out in the driveway. I'm in the road. I'm walking down the street. She's across the street, almost to the main road.
Oh my God.
So mad. I was so mad. I brought the groceries in. I came upstairs and Mom was like talking to me. I just like ignored her. I was so mad.
Now I've had a taco pizza and I have had a cheeseburger pizza.
Now there was a place in Alexandria, Virginia. I think it was called Armand's. I think maybe I'm wrong. And they made a taco pizza on corn flour dough with taco sauces. And then when they pulled it out, they put all the cool sauces on, the refrigerated sauces on. Holy shit. Yes, Chris, it was incredible. So I was said that's probably my favorite. And I have never found a place that has replicated it. So
yeah, I went to when I lived in Tennessee, there was a little just a small out of the way mom and pop type place restaurant. And they served taco pizza, and I am here to tell you, I was like, it was good.
Pizza.
You know what? Today, the lettuce that you get at any food restaurant, it just doesn't taste the same. It's kind of nasty. It tastes kind of.
Well, what they do is they freeze it, and then when they thaw it, they don't let it totally unthaw, and they put it in that shredder thing. And by the time you get to it, it's just water. So I agree with you there.
I don't even get lettuce on burgers anymore. It's so bad tasting to me. I just don't do it.
Buffalo chicken on a pizza. Holy crap. Now, wait a minute. I had a place down, I might have been down by you, Brenda, when I was flying, and I'd had it was a barbecue chicken pizza. I don't know what the dough was, but that was pretty.
They make those out here.
Yeah, so Buffalo. That sounds okay. So meatball. I'm gonna have to run that by Mrs. Sportcat and tell her I want meatballs now. So, all right. Well, we have wasted enough time. Today's trivia: what is made of wood but can't be sawed? What is made of wood but can't be sawed? Oh,
wait, I know the answer. It is a dildo from the 1700s.
Or the correct answer is it dildo from 1700. No, it's not. No, sawdust. See, I knew this one, but I was going to say sawdust.
I just thought my answer was just unique. I don't know.
The purpose of propaganda is to make one set of people forget that the other sets of people are human. Well, we're going to see a lot of this here.
What?
Oh, yeah. Propaganda is make one set of people forget that the other sets of people are human. So, on this day in 1863, Lee Harvey Oswald, who would go on to assassinate President John F. Kennedy, fires a gun at the home of retired U.S. Major General Ted Walker. However, the bullet struck a window pane and shattered, and Walker was not seriously injured. He may have actually targeted Walker because of his staunch anti-communist stance. It was discovered that Oswald was the shooter in the incident when Oswald's widow told authorities about it during the Warren Commission investigation, which occurred months after the incident. Wow, I never knew that. Did you?
No.
Chris said he thought it was a 1547 dildo. So,
great minds think alike, Chris.
April 10th, 1962, a former Beatle dies of an aneurysm. Stuart Sutcliffe was the original bass guitarist for the Beatles before they became famous, but left the band to pursue his art career. He died at 21 of a cerebral hemorrhage. Although the cause of his aneurysm is unknown, it may have been the result of an earlier head injury he received in a fight after a Beatles performance in January of 1961. Fellow band members John Lennon and Pete Best went to his aid, fighting off his attackers. Sutcliffe sustained a fractured skull, and Lennon's little finger was broken. Sutcliffe suffered blinding headaches afterwards, but refused to seek medical attention. And he is also partially credited with coming up with the name of the group when he jokingly suggested Beat Towels as a play on Buddy Holly's Crickets. And then they were known as the Quarrymen, but the name was changed to the Silver Beatles, and then later the Beatles. I did not know that.
I didn't know they had anybody else with them before. Apparently, they
I knew there was a little bit of history, but I thought it was the original Fab Four. So, but interesting. I did not know that. So, yeah, I had to take a music class for my fire science degree for no reason. So I chose Beatles history, but that wasn't in Beatles history.
Yeah.
So, Ricky Nelson plays the drums and becomes an instant teen idol in 1957 on this day. Played for the first time on The Adventures of Ozzie and Harriet, making him an instant teen idol. He played drums and sang I'm Walking in the episode Ricky the Drummer. His recording of Walking reached number 4 and was released with a teenager's romance, released 2 songs with a teenager's romance and went to number 2. I did not know he started out that way. Okay. He had several songs. So he went on to record Poor Little Fool in 1958. That was his first number 1 song. He once commented, anyone who knocks rock and roll either doesn't understand it, or is prejudiced against it, or is just plain square.
Maybe we should bring that word back. Anytime somebody pisses you off, just call them a square. Yeah, there
the
you go.
First full-length 3D color movie today, 1953, The House of Wax by Warner Brothers, starring the famous Vincent Price, and started in New York City, and you had to wear special Polaroid glasses.
Yeah.
The safety pin was invented on this day in 1849, patented by the one and only Walter Hunt, Walter Hunt. The
I
year
wonder
without summer. What's that?
what did they do for baby diapers before the safety pin? Tie them on them?
Duct tape? I don't know. He sold the
Duct
rights to it for about $400, which in today's money is equivalent to about $12,440. But it went on to earn millions for other people. So he also invented the sewing machine, the repeating rifle, and the fountain pen.
Oh, that made Joe happy.
Made who?
That made Biden happy. Auto pen.
Year without summer and a Frankenstein. April 10th, 1815. Mount Tambora on the island of Sumbawa in the Indonesia erupts. It is the largest volcano eruption in recorded history. It was heard 1,200 miles, which for our Australian folks is 2,000 kilometers away. It released sulfur dioxide into the stratosphere, causing global climate anomalies, including the phenomenon known as the volcanic winter. Average temperatures dropped from 0.7 to 1.3 Fahrenheit. That's 0.4 to 0.07 in Celsius. Became known as the year without summer. Interesting. 1,800 people froze to death. Wow. I didn't. That's a recording.
We did a show on that.
Okay. Well, it was during this summer that 18-year-old Mary Shelley was challenged to write a horror story, and she had a waking dream of a corpse brought back to life.
Oh.
Interesting. So, all right. This day in 2003, White House person Arlie Flesch. But make no mistake, as I said earlier, we have a high confidence that they have weapons of mass destruction. And, well, despite these claims, the White House would later admit that their information was incorrect and there was no evidence of weapons of mass destruction. So the Iraq claims were false when we started bombing another country. Just see if we're going to repeat that. This day in 1994, Rodney King is awarded $3.8 million from the city of Los Angeles. He became the national symbol of police brutality after he was being beaten by LA police in 1991. He later married one of the jurors. I think we talked about that before. The Great Tamale Incident. This day in 1976, U.S. President Gerald Ford, while touring the Alamo during his re-election campaign, bites into a tamale without first removing its husk. This culinary faux pas didn't help his image as a bumbler. Some believe the extensive media coverage in Texas cost him the vote of that state. Have you ever heard that, Brenda? Okay. Let's see. What did Kites up on the comments? They stuck a fork through the diaper in their baby's eyes. Babies are tough for kids.
Chris.
I'm not really sure. Sage's incredibly wet years cause fungus blooms, and some cause hallucinations. Therefore, the Frankenstein dream. Interesting.
Yeah.
This day in 1963, the U.S. Navy's USS Thresher sinks off the coast of Massachusetts, killing all 129 people aboard. It was the first nuclear submarine lost at sea. It sank during her initial post-overhaul deep diving tests of 350 kilometers, which is 220 miles, off of Cape Cod. Investigators concluded the submarine probably had suffered failure of a saltwater piping system, caused the reactor to resulting in the loss of propulsion. They were unable to blow the balances due to the excess moisture in the submarine's high-pressure air flask that froze and unplugged the flow path. It then sank and imploded at 2,400 feet, or 730 miles. No, meters. Let's say 730 meters. What?
Didn't we talk about this already? I swear we
No,
did.
that we talked about. Yeah, I remember the quail incident. He couldn't spell pizza, or no, he couldn't spell potato. No, we talked about the submarine that ran into a Japanese ship and then just took off. So I'm out
Okay.
of here. Deuces.
Okay.
This in 1926, Superman. He arrives on planet Earth in the first episode of the 1952 TV adventure series of Superman. Interesting. So, ASPCA was invented this day in 1866, the American Society for the Prevention of Cruelty to Animals. It's sad that it had to go back that far.
Well, I mean, we're still facing the same problem now.
Oh, I agree. I agree. So, let's see. Civil War. President Abraham Lincoln receives news of Lee's surrender on this day in 1865. The first issue of the New York Tribune come out today in 1841. We'll just skip through this because we got a lot of news. Sheb Woolley, he was an American actor and singer. He was born this day in 1921. Chuck Connors, well, you might remember him. He was an actor and an athlete. He was a Boston Celtics, and he was the rifleman, born in 1921. The creator of Lassie, born this day in 1897. Jim Bowie, well, we all know Jim Bowie. He was the one that carried the knife and invented the knife at the fall of the Alamo. So he was born in 1796. Leon Kozlowski, Blade Runner, android, frontline soldier, born in 2017. Jeb, who could forget Jeb from Baba Black Sheep? Lieutenant Jeb Stewart, well, his real name was Jeb Adams, born this day in 1961. Don Meredith, 1938, a football player, a sportscaster, and loved his Lipton's tea. John Madden, one of the greatest to coach football, born in 1936. Omar Sharif, an Egyptian actor, born in 1932.
Oh my God.
Wow.
We're going way back there, ain't we?
Yeah, he was born this day in 1929. He was a Swedish actor. Joan Quigley, an astrologer. So her advice to the First Lady guided her husband and U.S. presidents. Huh. Okay, she was born this day in 1927. American cartoonist, creator of Luther, Brumsick Brandon, born in 1927. Actor Harry Morgan, or we fondly remember him as Colonel Sherman T. Potter, or you may remember him from Dragnet as Joe Friday's partner. He was born this day in 1915. Andy Samuel, 1909, an actor, one of the original Little Rascals. The first woman U.S. presidential cabinet member, Frances Perkins, born in 1880. She was the Secretary of Labor. George Arliss, 1868, an actor. Joseph Pulitzer, American publisher, and, well, we now know him for the Pulitzer Prize, 1847. Co-founder of the Salvation Army, William Booth, was born this day in 1829 and founded the Salvation Army in 1865, an English preacher. General Lewis Wallace, a politician, wrote Ben-Hur as well, 1827 today. The founder of homeopathic medicine, Samuel Hangman, a German physician, born in 1755. And last but not least, Samuel Hemke, born in 1727. Well, he founded the German Institute for the Deaf. So, yeah, we're going to skip through this because we're out of time and we got lots to talk about. Let's see. It's National Hug Your Dog Day. Well, I did that yesterday.
Oh, I do that.
Day, Safety Pin Day. It's Calvin Day. Well, rest in peace, Calvin. National Cinnamon Crescent Day. National Farm Animal Day. So I'm getting my goat. National Nana Day. National Fast and Prayer Day. The Report IRS Fraud Day. You don't know me. National Youth HIV Awareness Day. It's Tomorrow's Day. Tomorrow. Happy Tomorrow Day. Orthodox Good Friday. Poet in a Cupcake Day. I don't know what the hell that means. And, of course, World Homeopathic Day. Poet in a Cupcake. I still got the vanilla cheese pound cake down there I have to finish eating before she makes something else.
Better finish it before it turns green.
Nah, put cheesecake in the refrigerator. It's all good. Let's see. It's Farm Animal Day, Brenda. See, allow me to get my goat. So, let's see.
Bacon!
It's the 100th day of 2026, 22nd day of spring, which means that 72 days until the real heat begins when summer's here. So there you go. All right, Brenda, let's dive into the news because I'm going to be honest. This news cycle just blows me away.
Oh, God, here we go, everybody. Hang on to your butts.
I missed the chat here. Some people shouldn't have a pet. I agree. Let's see. I don't like those commercials either, Chris. Let's see. Jim Bowie looked like Donkey Dog Man from WWE. Well, he might have been. Why does that lady have a bra on her shoulders? I don't know, Chris. I missed that one. It's National Hug Your Dog Day. So we'll update this as breaking news from the AP. I just brought this up here because our vice president is headed to Pakistan. And if you don't know anything about the country, but it's really, I'm not even sure you could call it a country. It's half run by terrorists, half run by politicians. I'm not sure which half we're meeting with.
But hard to say.
According to some published reports, Vice President Vance was advised by his guard detail and the military to not go. Well, President Trump said, "Go, son, go." And then said, "I hope he makes it back."
Oh, my God.
Did he just say that? So, but remember that because that's going to play into an upcoming news story. By the way, we wish no ill will on Vice President Vance. Our prayers are with him. So, and talking about the Strait of Hormuz, well, it's still pretty much closed except to the people that they want to let through because now suddenly they think they own it. So, apparently Kuwait people, army people have been injured by Iran during the shelling. So, and of course they're still shooting and firing shots back and forth at each other. So, it's so bad that Japan urges Israel and Hezbollah to stop. So, it's bad. So, Vance this morning, who left at right around 9, he said that this is going to be positive meetings. So we hope, we hope. Let's see. We'll go over here to BBC, see if there's anything breaking recently.
All I can say about that is if it's not peaceful, Vance, back out of the room. Do not turn your back. Just back out of the room.
Well, breaking news. President Trump says the only reason Iranians are alive today is to negotiate. So that's a good way to start the negotiation.
Let's just start
you
the
send
day
your man
right.
over there and go, "Hey, you're only allowed to because I let you live."
Oh boy.
Here's our vice president. So.
Yeah.
So they're all headed to Pakistan. Iranians and our military and our vice president are to be continued. JD Vance warns that they better not play. So, and Iranians, Trump warns Iranian ahead of the talk to stop. So, good Lord. Yeah, this is, they're releasing the number of people killed in Lebanon by Israel. So they're accusing Lebanon as accusing them, being Israel, of war crimes. So yeah, Israel is not backing down. Israel's just, they're just Leroy Jenkins. So they're all in.
Of course they are.
Yeah. They never met a country that didn't like to bomb. Oh, well, this is good news. We were at $94 a barrel yesterday. We're only at 96 today. So there you go. That's still high, but we're not going to see, as far as at the pump, we're not going to see anything for probably 3-4 months, and then they might bring the price down. So once they get us used to paying it. So, all right, let's see what else we got here. So we have created a bigger problem in Iran because half of Khomeini Well, we don't even know if half of Khomeini's alive or if he's just in a coma. But now Iran is being run by the Revolutionary Guard, which is
Lord.
even more hardline than the Khomeinis. So we are now dealing with the terrorists. We're dealing with the most hardline possible Iranians. Because we've went through the Khomeini family and picked them off one by one, and now half of Khomeini is, well, we don't know where he is or if he's alive, if he's in a coma, but that's who we're supposed to be dealing with, is half of Khomeini, but it's really the Guard, the Iranian Guard, IRGC. So that is who is running Iran now.
Isn't
which is actually
Khomeini, wasn't he sent to Russia anyways? He isn't even in that country.
Well, yeah, he had to go there for medical treatment, and now we don't know if he's really alive and he's making these orders or not, if it's just the military, the IRGC. So, and we know this ceasefire, I said this is not going to last, because Israel's not going to stop. They're not going to stop. And went in there and put our foot in the middle of it and made it worse. Now, don't get me wrong, something needed to be done, but I think we probably needed to get with our allies and go, look, we're all going to go in, we're going to kick some ass, and we're just going to leave. Instead, Trump went in all Leroy Jenkins, and now he's like, what have I done? So yeah. So they're going to start talking tomorrow, I guess. Well, it's actually tomorrow, I guess, in Pakistan already. But that's where our vice president is, against his wishes. Breaking news as we were coming on, he, being Trump, issued a chilling new ultimatum to make peace or else. So all hell will unleash. So a new wave of strikes on the nation. So we're going to know soon, within the next 24 hours. He told the New York Post this morning, I've dispatched Vice President J.D. Vance to Pakistan to lead the peace talks. So, and by the way, in Iran, they went after our dignitaries, and I don't know if they were successful. I didn't follow the news story to know, but they attempted or either were successful in picking off our dignitaries in Iraq. So that's how peaceful these people are. So, and we're going to sit our vice president down across the aisle from him.
Yeah.
I just don't see this working out well. And Israel isn't sending anybody to the table as of yet. So there you go. But yeah, so they're still shooting back and forth at each other. Now our vice president's going to Pakistan. Trump told the New York Post this morning he is preparing the military if Iran fails to comply in talks. We are loading the ships. Well, that's not 100% true, because down off the coast of Savannah, they have been loading the ships for weeks. So they're just sending more ships. Vance is already on Air Force Two, headed to Islamabad. So where he's going to meet with Trump's son-in-law, Jared Kushner. Does he like Jared?
He shouldn't.
in special envoy Steve Witkoff. Does he like Steve? Oh, Lord. Yeah. So we're loading ships and still sending them. There's now going to be 3 aircraft carrier groups over there. So, all right, Brenda, are you ready for this complicated, long, twisted story?
Sure.
This is going to take a minute. And as far as I know, I'm the only show so far to have put this together. And the reason is you have to read multiple news stories, multiple sources, and you have to pick and choose the correct information to get the whole picture. And this is a very complicated story. So we're going to start off with yesterday while we were live. First Lady Melania Trump, well, she had a surprise White House address. Now, what do I mean when I say that? When the president's office calls, let's say, CNN and said, we're going live, we need you to be ready in X amount of minutes. There's a minimum time there that they have set that they can actually do it, whether it be CBS or CNN. And the White House staff actually called all the media with the notion that the First Lady was to address the nation. Networks broke into live coverage, to TV coverage. All news media broke into their live broadcast for her, I think it was a 9 or 11-minute speech. This was a shock to the president. The president nor his personal staff knew that she was going to be addressing the nation. They thought she was going to come out in front of some reporters. They were going to get some stock. They were going to send it out, take some pictures, release her speech, and then she was going to walk out and slam the door. That is not what happened. It's not what happened. And according to her staff, that is not what she wanted. She wanted to address the nation. And I don't know, did the First Lady ever address the nation? I don't know the answer to that. So one of the survivors of the Epstein story says that there's a reason why she came out and gave a statement saying she never had a relationship with the late pedophile financier. So her whole speech was basically trying to distance herself from Epstein or anything to do with that. And this lady, who is one of the victims, says that her speech was lies. They do say they have links to her and the late sex offender Einstein gals, which is going to defame her reputation. So stick with me, kids. This is complicated. So she surprised everybody in the grand foyer and came out with this speech distancing herself from Maxwell and Epstein. And she references an email that came out in one of the latest dumps where she sent her an email that said, "Dear G, how are you? Nice story about J.E. in the New York Magazine. You look great in the picture. I know you're busy flying all over the world. How is Palm Beach? I cannot wait to go down. Give me a call when you're back in New York. Have a great time. Love, Melania." Now, that's supposedly a trivial note. What do you think, Brenda? Is that a trivial note?
I don't know.
She's telling she can't wait to see her. She looked great in the picture, and she knows her personal itinerary, and she's wanting to see her when she gets back in town. And she signed it, "Love, Melania." That doesn't sound like to me a trivial note. Does that sound like a trivial note to you? I would be like, all right, love Sportcat to Brenda, but would I do it to somebody that I barely knew?
No.
Yeah, no. So there you go. Of course, we all know the Einstein guy and about what he's done and the number of people he's done it to. Well, she denies knowing him or Maxwell or having any type of relationship whatsoever, including having been on the plane. Remember that. And that she says that she never was a victim and she was not certainly any of the people trafficked, which I can believe that trafficked part. She's a very smart lady. So she wanted to make out that let basically know that the email in what is coming out, it's not out yet, is all wrong about me, meaning her.
No.
So she says, now here's key words. I think people need to separate the woman, being her, the wife, being her, from the husband. And that is really important, she said. Down the steps, Grandpa. Mrs. Trump also called for a congressional hearing for the survivors. But she wants to get the whole story out. So she threw Grandpa under the bus right there. And she doesn't want to testify in front of Congress, but she wants the victims to. What? Haven't these people done enough? I mean, yeah, it's good to hear their story. If they want to come forward and talk, but these people have already been done enough. So the survivors are asking Miss Trump if they want to be a part of their healing in the process that she needs to reach out to them, being the survivors. There's a group of them. We'll talk about that in a minute. Stay with me, kids. It's going to be a bumpy ride. So as you can tell by her speech, that shocked the White House staff. Didn't know it was happening this way. Basically, they ran a coup. Then she come out with this jaw-dropping statement, leaving all kinds of little cryptic threats. But, it gets so much better. In separating herself from President Trump, the man, she does not deny that President Trump traveled in the same circles as the Einstein guy file. But here's where it gets complicated. There is a woman who claims to be the ex-girlfriend of Paolo Zampaglio. Now, I don't know really who these key players are. I've just done quick researches on them. But that is Melania's modeling agent who turned presidential envoy. Well, she has been posting threats online that she could spill all the beans on the alleged connections to Melania Trump, the swamp, into the Einstein guys. She claims that Zampalali, whoever the hell this is, used his friendship with the Trumps to get a girl deported by ICE here recently. So now we have ICE involved, and somebody else kicked out of the country. That sounds like blackmail to me. Doesn't that sound like blackmail to you?
Yeah.
Yeah. So, well, this lady who claims to be the former partner and mother of the child is now been on X targeting the first lady. I will tear down your corrupt system, even if it's the last thing I do in my life. I will go all the way. I am not afraid. Maybe you should be afraid of what I know, who you are, and who your husband is.
Oh, boy.
She has asked, Zampali has asked for top officials in ICE to help her settle a personal score and have the mother of the children deported in a custody battle. One of the big players' friends that supposedly the Trumps got deported. So now we got another agency involved. Apparently the Brazilian ex-girlfriend, Emmanuel Ungaro, had been arrested on charges of fraud at work and was in custody in Miami. And last year they talked to ICE and see if she could be placed in detention. Well, next thing you know, there was a custody battle over the kids, and a source close to them said that top Trump officials helped get her deported. So now we have a bitter, scorned woman and mom that's involved in this. So you knew I was detained by ICE. You were present in my life every year on my son's birthday, even sending Secret Service to being the first to congratulate him back in 2016. Something was clearly wrong, but I am not a part of this evil mission involving children. So what did you do, Melania? You tried to involve me, but you have failed.
That just sounds like somebody who is scorned over something. I mean, it's
she is. Her kid was deported in a custody hearing because of their thing, because of who he knew. So we get a scorned mom, scorned girlfriend, and there's now a kid over somewhere. I don't know. I don't have all that pieces of that puzzle yet.
Oh my God, my head hurts.
That part's complicated enough right there. So apparently there were people in the White House screaming, "What is she doing?" as she was giving her speech. Oh, because this was a surprise. Denying that she had any relationship with her or Janine Maxwell. But she emailed her. But oh my. And the email is, of course, out. So Trump administration officials were running through the White House screaming, what the hell is she doing? Trying to figure out how to safely stick the landing on this. One top official said, I would have gone a total different route. Yeah, seems logical. Seems logical.
Oh boy.
So now this comes to us from Raw Story. Did she doom Trump with what was left unsaid in her speech? And did she doom the presidency? That's why I tell you, shit's going to blow up this weekend. We're going to be bombing the shit out of somebody. Somebody's going to die for this. So she went all Leroy Jenkins first in, issued First Lady address to the nation. And one of the things she said, to be clear, I never had a relationship with the Einstein guy or his accomplice, Jazine, however you say it. Even though there's email that are published between the two where she says, love you. Yeah, okay. So are you with me here so far?
Yeah, my head hurts.
She's distancing herself from this whole Einstein guy thing and is trying to make herself, what's the correct word? Scandalous. She's trying to throw everybody else under the bus but her, including you have to separate the man from the husband, from the figure, which is the president.
Oh, yeah, Chris, you're right. This might be the event that causes us to get the
yeah, we may get the we're going to have UFOs this weekend and we're going to be bombing the shit out of somebody while still denying her involvement with the emails in hand. She chose, remember, she said she was innocent, had no knowledge, knew nothing, but she chose in her personal wording, she wrote the speech, not to say anything of her husband innocence or if he was somehow complicit in this. She chose her words. You see what I'm saying? Yeah, she's like, yeah, I'm not going down on this train or this whatever.
Yeah, I'm hugging my dog. Apparently,
she doesn't want to be involved in this huge scandal that's now getting bigger and bigger. She wanted to. I'm out. Push Grandpa down the stairs. So she chose her words. I had nothing to do with it. Didn't know anybody. She didn't say the president. Usually the first lady is saying, well, you know, the president and I have talked and neither of us have blah, blah, blah. No, this is all me.
Apparently they didn't talk.
No, they did not talk. So yeah, this is all me. She didn't deny he did anything. And then we have an ex-Florida prosecutor that thinks they have the missing piece. Now, Brenda,
what?
So far, we have a first lady that appears to have went rogue and who is denying she knew Maxwell or Einstein, even though there's a letter directly, email, I'm going to be correct, written directly to Maxwell. It said the word love. Maybe people throw that around and they don't mean it. I don't know. So I'm spending way too much time on this. But here we go.
Let me ask you a question. Are you just using the letter G to not mention her name, or was her name actually put on there?
Who? G? No, that was just a shorten for the story. No, her name is on there with her email address.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay, that's what I want to know. I was a little confused.
The official one. Yeah. So yeah, it wasn't. Yes, to make no mistake, this couldn't be. There's no way you couldn't put a from Melania to from. What? Yeah, it was. Yeah, there's no disputing that.
Okay.
So now we have a Palm Beach County state attorney, former, that thinks he knows the relationship and what she's trying to get out in front of. Now, remember we talked about there's a lady out there that I'm not sure the relationship, her kids and her were deported and blah, 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 is trying to basically blackmail the administration because she feels like Trump called in favors to get them out of the country. So we have that. But we also have, there are photos where Melania and Trump and the Einstein guy and Janine, however you say it, Maxwell, were in the same picture together. They were seen talking to reporters and people together. All right. So this is where we're trying to separate key details. We didn't know them, but we were never on their plane. Okay. Here's the bombshell. There's a recording that's about to come out because Epstein's assistant or whomever was the one that got Trump and Melania set up, that they had sex for the very first time on the plane. They have recordings and photos that are about to come out. So you can't say you weren't on the plane if the first lady's like, I don't know him, I just had sex on a plane. So, I'm so confused by this.
I don't know. We would have to see what he thinks.
We're just getting pieces. That's the thing. And I have to go through all these articles to put these breadcrumbs to make even half a bologna sandwich. I shot a quarter of a bologna sandwich because each story only says a little bit of anything that's useful. But you got a female that is scorned and is sworn it's the last thing she's going to do because they had somebody close to her deported who is also tied to the modeling agency that represented Melania and also knew the person that connected them, Maxwell, Melania, and Epstein, to Trump. That's the allegation, that there's about to pop out a recording of Trump having sex with Melania on the plane. And she's trying to get out ahead of this. Now, whether that comes out, hell, or maybe a terrorist attack in Florida and bunches of people, I don't know. But this whole thing, this is worse than a Kennedy, I think, in my generation, because we've got government involvement, we got sex, we got women. Yeah. This whole thing stinks. I mean, how are you going to get out ahead of that if they release that? You can't then say
there's something funny going on. I'm not.
We don't know the whole story. That's the thing. But if that bombshell comes out, you can't say you were on the plane if they got pictures of you. You can say, "Oh, I didn't know the guy," even though there's pictures of you. You can't say, "I didn't know her," even though you get an email with the word "love." You can say those things, but you can't tie me to that plane. Well, if they pop out with that, that's trouble.
Well, I don't know. I don't know the guy that owns Delta, but I've been on the plane.
I agree. Well, if you're on the same plane with him, you might seated next to him, having sex next to him, you might know him.
Wow.
So, yeah.
I don't know. I've had some really drunken nights. I've
never been drunk on a plane, but no. Let me rephrase that: drunk on a plane having sex. So, apparently, remember I told you that the females, they have what they call a survivors group, which I told you earlier. They thought that this was all lies and this was all bullshit, and that basically, why are you bringing us back up again to come out and give testimony? What more do you people want from us? You're going to deflect and not give justice. So now she has pissed off the victims by going rogue. Because they're like, you want to see our faces, but you won't listen to our stories or have any type of responsibility or give us justice. So in other words, once again, we're being called out in the media to make something else. Look over here, don't look here.
Wait a minute.
That's what the victims are saying.
One of the banks that would fund him, they're giving them like millions of dollars.
Which him?
Not him, them, the victims. They're getting money from.
Well, I don't doubt that. No, that I don't doubt at all. But okay. I do see the group's point as far as a collective of ladies that have come out in public and they've shown their faces and told their story. I do see their point in saying, you paraded us out, you intentionally ignored us. Remember, they were sitting right behind the attorney general and she wouldn't even turn around and acknowledge them, which I thought that was a mistake at the time. She could at least turned around and said, hey, how you doing? Shake your hand, something. But they have distanced themselves. And now she is coming out and saying, I wasn't a victim, but you should talk to them. Don't talk to me.
Okay.
You see what I'm saying? She went rogue and come out and said, separate me from them and the president, the man and the president. So this is quite, and then you have somebody who was supposedly officials were called to call other people to get somebody deported. And so you have another person coming out that is basically I won't say blackmailing because that's not the right word. I mean, it pretty much is. I want my family member back.
Well, now that's story. We have so much bullshit going on because of deportation and all that. So that I'm going to just wash.
But how could you do that when the first lady went rogue and come out denying what she's saying? You see what I'm saying? So you got to give her some credibility. If it was just some nut, would you come out and tell everybody, don't listen to them? I'm the first lady.
Yeah, that person's a nut.
Yeah. Or would you just say they're a nut? Yeah, you just say they're a nut.
Well, I don't think that person is a nut is in her vocabulary.
But my point is, I wouldn't have made such a spectacle of that person because that gives them credibility when you try and come out and say, no, it wasn't me. If you just send a press release, I don't know who the hell this person is. They're freaking nuts. Had somebody, lower staff member, send out to the media, they're nuts. We're going to send the Secret Service to talk to them. Yeah. Then I could have said, okay, they're going to rule her out because of that. But she has came out and spoke out louder than the victims and the lady that is blackmailing her. So how can you not give them credibility? I understand she wants to stay, that she's a great lady and I like her. She's well educated. But my point is, if this person's a nut, I'm just going to ignore him.
Came
out and Brenda, she's giving him credibility by bringing much attention on it.
But when you are in that type of limelight, now she went a step far. Okay,
she climbed the wall.
But when you're in that type of limelight,
you get all kinds of people, yes.
And you do have to ignore them, but sometimes depending on what's going on in the situation. Okay, yes. For example, this picture that you have up right here. Hang on, this picture that you have up right here. Okay, now, look at how young Melania is. Look at how young Trump is.
There's no denying that was when they first met. Yes.
Yes. They're at the club.
They function. Yes.
Okay.
Agreed.
Now, Trump could know those two, and Melania never met him before. And this picture was taken.
I agree with you there.
But a lot of people use this picture. Oh, you knew him. You took a picture with him. No,
and he's had his picture made with hundreds of, probably millions of people. No, and I see your point. I agree there. The picture doesn't necessarily implicit him until you start putting details of this picture together behind the scenes, like the connections. Melania was introduced to him through one of Maxwell's friends that was the agent that represented Melania and this girl that was also at the time a girlfriend of somebody else who later in a custody battle had her deported when he was president. So then you see that you start tying the pieces behind him. He still may not have had a personal knowledge of what he was doing. I agree with you there. I agree. But when you start tying people behind the scenes of a picture, you know, he met her through him, through her, through her.
Well,
okay, so his second or third hand, he met him. Okay, I can give you that. The picture doesn't mean anything. He had his pictures made probably around the world with millions of people at this point.
Do you
So,
remember
that
how
doesn't
they
mean
did?
anything.
Do you remember how they did the Russia collusion, and then all of a sudden all these people came out of the woodwork saying this, that, and the other thing, and that was a lie?
That was everybody on the other side. This is friendly fire, is what I'm saying.
Not necessarily. Not necessarily.
She didn't come out with a mousetrap, Brenda. She came out with a goddamn sledgehammer.
I understand that, but
but she's trying to get ahead of it, and she says, what you're going to hear about me isn't necessarily me. And I will give you the fact that you can be young and dumb and full of cum and do stupid things. I'll give you that. Everybody's done that in their life. I'll give them that. That doesn't mean she's guilty of being a part of any of the bad stuff he was, or any of the bad things that other people have done. That doesn't. She could have just met through a group, you know, of people. That's how these people get together. You know, Bob, who knew Billy, who referred me to Sally, and I like Sally. That's how that works when you're in these groups. You don't just go out and meet people at work or at the bar. That's how these elite people do it. So yes, I'll give you that. I'll give you all of that. The picture means nothing. Her relationship via the third party means nothing. All that means nothing. You know, she may have been one of the models for somebody that was friends of the Einstein guy, and they said, hey, Trump, why don't you meet this chick Melania? She's pretty hot. I think you'll like her. That doesn't implicate her in any of the sexual abuse or any of the trafficking. I agree. So are we in agreement so far?
Yeah.
None of that means anything. So, and you have a lady on X who is now one of those people downstream that is verbally going out and has receipts of somebody who was deported, and she has receipts on it, and she's going to start spilling the beans that it wasn't just Bob met Sally who met Tom who introduced her to him. So, and we're fourth, third party, means nothing.
Okay, now,
but hold on. Let me finish my train of thought here. So, still means nothing. We still can't tie him to nothing. But if they can put him, not the president, him, Trump, him, her, Melania, an individual person, on one of his known trafficking planes, we got a problem. He still may not know anything about what was happened, but he has been denied. And I still stick with it. They had enough dirt on him, he wouldn't be president.
No,
I still stick with that. But if we can now put him to the next level in, there could be a problem.
And like I'm saying, if they had all this information, it would have come out before he.
And I don't argue that. I don't argue that one bit. But the first lady went rogue and came out.
She's pretty smart.
Tell me in history what first lady has given a national address to the country.
Well, what first lady has had the brain bigger than a fucking ice?
That doesn't mean I'm asking historically. It's not done.
Well,
you don't put yourself in front of the president. The president, he gets off. If they're on a plane together, he gets off the plane first. If they're out in public, he goes down the aisle first. He seats her, then everybody seats. This doesn't happen. She went rogue. So my point is, if there isn't some validity to either what she's saying or what's coming out, which she sees is coming out soon, why did she jump ship?
I'm not going to make any big deal of anything because it's kind of
either.
Oh my God, let me finish. Because it's kind of suspicious how they want to turn around and invoke the 25th and all this stuff. And now all of a sudden, all of this shit is happening. So it's
no, hold on. The new attorney general just released everything last weekend. So this is just stuff they're sifting through now. So that came out because he released a bunch of these things, I think, last weekend. So
I don't know. I think there's still some suspicion about some shit going on.
But it's not involving the key players that it normally does, is what I'm saying.
I don't know.
I'm not saying there's going to be a whole lot to this, but I'm saying she came out and went rogue, and it appears to have thrown Grandpa down the bus to save her image off the bus, which is really weird. So, I mean, I don't know. There's something coming out. And that's what I'm saying. We don't know what that something is. And rather than stick with the deny, or put a mouse trap out there to catch the little mice, we went on top of the wall with a sledgehammer, diving in head first. That's not been done. So there's either something to it, and we're trying to distance ourselves from it, which is, I'm saying, it could still be nothing, or there's something to it.
It's coming from a guy who a few days ago was yelling, "We're all going to die. We won't be here tomorrow, and I'll be pretty naked and drunk in the room."
Did you actually believe that bullshit? Come on now. We all knew it was going to use a nuke. But my point to you is, she broke protocol, which has never happened as far as I know.
Well,
I mean, even after John F. Kennedy's death, Onassis Jackie, from everything I know historically, because it was before my time, she was the elegant first lady always, and it was still about him first. Now, granted, she was still a separate person, but she never did anything to dehumanize, distance herself, nothing like that. And a lot of people compare Melania to her.
well,
So I'm just saying,
look, even with her coming out and saying what she said, did she
Mhm.
really dehumanize him?
she said you have to separate me from him. That's in her speech. And you have to
Yeah.
separate him from the position. She didn't name him. And she never said we aren't guilty of anything. She said I. That's what I'm saying. She is putting a barrier for either something that's coming out or has come out that we haven't been seen, brought to light. She is shielding herself.
I think she was standing up for herself because she is probably personally getting attacked. And she thought, screw this. My husband is not going to fight my battles. I will stand up for this.
But that's not what first ladies do, Brenda.
Says who? Times have changed. I would do
Holy
it. I
shit.
keep balls to the damn walls.
Holy shit. You are so far up MAGA's ass, you can't see when somebody's doing rogue.
No, you know what? And you are such a scatterbrain. Let me tell you something, Glenn.
How many fucking articles did I read to get all this detail? Scatterbrain?
Well,
Come on.
a whole lot of scattered ones.
And you
because
fucking
not
woke
one
up
of
and
them-
come on this show. Jesus Christ. Come on. Give me some
but
credit
not
here.
One of them gave you all of everything. They just
And
gave
I
you a
said
bit
that
here, a
going
bit
in,
there,
did I not?
which is
I said
exactly
that
what the
going
news
in.
does. The news does that. Okay? They give
And
a
I
bit
said
here,
going
a
in,
bit
I'm going
there.
to have to read you several stories to give you the breadcrumbs to kind of, and I even said, make even a quarter of a bologna sandwich.
Do you know what I do with breadcrumbs? I sweep them off the
Jesus
counter.
Christ. So you would rather come on the fucking channel every day and talk about bullshit you can't prove instead of stuff we see every day in front of us. Is that what you're
but
trying to say?
know what? This isn't being proved either. This is just
It is,
hearsay.
I'm not the judge, jury.
Bring the bullshit out and let the public see it.
I
It's
am not
just
the judge
rest
or
of the
jury.
files. Who
I'm
gives a fuck?
bringing it out,
Who
and
gives
I'm
a-
presenting the stuff that we have to go through to get the breadcrumbs. That's what I'm doing. I'm not the judge or jury. I don't know what he did or didn't do. Personally, I don't care as long as no children were harmed. That's my rule, and I've said that since day one. I don't care to know who was blowing who was doing what. I just want to see people put in jail and prosecuted.
We have children that come up missing every damn day. Never
every
to be
day.
seen. But instead, people are sitting there protesting ICE. Why doesn't somebody stand up for all these missing kids? Why don't somebody ask where in the hell are these kids? No, they don't.
Oh, Christ, Brenda.
Little organizations here and there. Look at the thousands of people that are out there dressed in costumes, running around saying, I'm going to kill ICE. Get your ass out there and say, I'm going to kill pedophiles. Try that one.
That's actually illegal.
Well, it's illegal for them to say they're going to kill anybody, but yet they sit there and do it. While being filmed, while live. No, I'm just saying that all this is, you're right, it's all breadcrumbs.
That's right.
It's all of it. But
and it could mean absolutely nothing. But the problem is, if you can physically tie him to being in that plane, we have stepped the level of trouble up to, oh shit, rather than just ignore. That's what I'm trying to tell to you.
I know before he threw Epstein out of the club at Mar-a-Lago and told him he is not allowed there ever again.
And that is noted. Everybody knows that.
I know that Epstein has volunteered his plane for Trump to be able to go to different places. So he can't really say he's never been on that plane.
But that's what I'm saying. He has been saying that, but he means I was never on it with him, is what he means. My point is, we went from scandal to, oh shit, if they can actually put him on the plane with Melania and Janine and whomever else. I don't know whom the other else's are, but I'm saying we have went from the level of scandal from, that's just bullshit to, we got to look into this. That's what I'm saying. We have went up, and you have a first lady that went rogue and went out there and said me instead of we.
You want to know another rogue first lady? Hillary Clinton. Okay.
Well,
now the Clintons have been on a plane with Jeffrey.
Yes.
The Obamas have been. The Obamas have been on a plane.
Yeah, we get a story if we can ever get past this.
All of a sudden, that is no big deal. Trump has been on that plane with Jeffrey.
See, here you go. I'm trying to present the news of the day. If that was the news of the day, I would be presenting it. But I can't present what's not out there. That's what I'm trying to tell you. And there's something either coming or there's more pieces to the whole story to be put together. And I am not saying
one of the two.
I'm not saying that you should judge anybody based on this. I'm not saying any of them are guilty. I have said from day one, whomever they are, I don't care to know their names. Just tell me suddenly a bunch of people got locked up and this was their names. I don't care to know what they did other than they were bad people. They were put away. They were prosecuted, whatever. That's what I've said since day one. I don't need to know that he sucked little Billy Bob's dick or did whatever. I don't care about any of that stuff. I want the people prosecuted. But my point is, she came out, broke protocol, distanced herself from somebody that should have just been ignored. And now you get an ex-prosecutor, and now you've got different pieces of this that come back together. So you're stepping this scandal up from being a, whatever, to a, oh shit, red lights are going off. That's what I'm saying.
I'm looking beyond that because you got to think, all right, an ex-prosecutor, what did he do to be the ex-prosecutor?
He could have retired.
I don't know.
He could have. You don't know. I don't know that.
But there are a lot of things to look beyond. Okay.
Well, absolutely. In order to prosecute, you have to put the whole thing together. Yes.
Yeah. And I think at a bigger beyond that box is what I think. Okay.
Yeah. You come out, instead of smacking the ice cube, you were smacking the ice sculpture. That's what I'm saying. You didn't come up with a fly swatter. You came out with a goddamn hammer. And this doesn't happen. So what is about to go down? That's what I said. UFOs we're going to blow up a country this weekend. One or the other.
Yeah. And you know, at parties, when they bring that ice sculpture out, they do knock the ice off of it. That's what they put in their glasses. So, you know, hey, plenty of experience there.
Okay. I don't know why that matters. We have 5 minutes.
You're talking about ice sculpture.
I'm talking about you come out, instead of smacking the ice cube with a damn fly swatter, you come out with a sledgehammer shattering the ice sculpture is what I'm saying. Yeah. She went totally 100% against protocol, and the president didn't even know what was going on. So that's a disconnect right there.
You know, but then again, can we go by that? Half the time he says he doesn't know what's going on. You know damn well
his
he does.
Staff was running through the White House screaming, "What the fuck is she doing?" There were reporters reporting that. Multiple ones in the West Wing while he was in meeting.
They were recording it?
That's what they told the reporters, yes.
Oh, well, maybe they weren't in on it.
Okay, whatever.
You know what?
You just try too hard. You try too hard to protect that man.
No. If it's a national, if it's a problem, a big problem, you would think they would have stepped in and stopped her.
Okay, we're going back to the beginning of the story. They call the media at X amount and say, "You got X amount, and we're going live."
So they called the media, and then they ran around. Well, what is she doing?
No, the White House called, whatever that's called. There's a name for it, and you have X minutes, and we're coming out with an address. And so that whatever that signal is, she didn't send the signal out from the First Lady's office. They sent it out from the White House. I'm trying to tell you the distance. She was scheduled on paper. We talked about it yesterday to come out and address the press. My friends who were there, that's all they knew until suddenly the National came in behind them with the what do you call it? Stock footage, the cameras that are allowed, the big cameras that are allowed in the White House that shouldn't have been there X amount of minutes beforehand. They were pre-alerted, whatever that period of time is. They were said, hey, 15 minutes, 30 minutes, whatever. Even the frontline media that was there didn't know that they had called a full address. That's what I'm saying, including the people who should have called the address, which was either Levitt or someone from the West Wing staff. That's what I'm saying.
Yes,
she came out. Levitt didn't even know. Levitt said, if you go back and watch her press briefing yesterday, that she's going to address the reporters and she has a statement. That's not an address. That's a statement. So even when Levitt came out and was talking about she's going to do this later, it was on the schedule. Everybody knew it was on the schedule. We knew it was on the schedule.
Right.
But they called that stop the presses. We're going to do a national address. And that's what I'm saying. Instead of coming out and doing what she was supposed to do, what Trump even thought she was, because he was in a meeting and got pulled out of it, according to him. So that's from the president's own words. He got pulled out of a meeting and said, do you know what's going on? He's like, no, what's going on? She's just giving an address to the reporters. Like, no, she's giving you a national address. That's what I'm saying. She created this disconnect. Why? And why come out with with a sledgehammer or a jackhammer when you could have just come out, give the press release, said, hey guys, get some good pictures of me, I'm going back, which is what it was supposed to be. That's what I'm trying to get to. And we're out of time. Damn it, I didn't get to all my other stories. So, Trump was going to fire Gabbard, but got talked out into it. Hunter Biden, he has challenged Eric and Donald Trump to a cage match.
Oh,
true story.
Boy.
True story. So, true story. Brian Nome, well, there's some more stuff come out about him. Apparently, he wanted to be a transvestite known as Crystal. Yeah, there's a whole bunch of other stuff. So
well, let me ask you. He wants to challenge them to a cage. Is he bringing a corn pop with him?
I hope so.
He was a bad dude.
Corn Pop's probably too old at this age, but yeah, that was published on sports medias too. Like, holy
once a bad dude, you're always a bad dude.
What world are we living in? What world are we living in? So my point is, they shouldn't. She come out and broke protocol. Wit rogue. We're probably going to blow some shit up this weekend.
Okay, we're gonna hold on. Okay, hang on, everybody. Put your votes in. Is it going to be blowing something up or UFOs?
I have no idea. Something big is going to happen. I don't know what it is, but something big's going to happen. So, everybody, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for tuning in and listening to me spew facts and Brenda. I don't know what the hell she spews, but we'll be back on Monday. No, we will be back on Tuesday. I have to take mom to a doctor's appointment, so we'll be back on Tuesday, pending me and Brenda don't kill each other off the air. But so stay tuned.
I'm going.
That could be a cliffhanger.
I'm going pee, and then I'm going to go eat. I got time for that.
I already had a snack for lunch, so I'm good. But now I want a meatball pizza. So, Tuesday. Remember, everybody, Tuesday. So, all right, we'll be back. Who knows what the hell? UFOs blow up a country, a presidential divorce. Who the hell knows?
Oh, God.
Something big is about to happen. Whatever it is. Whatever the hell it is, it's big. I'll be there for it.
It's the chaos we sing. Sportcast Gazette. Don't bunker tonight. We're riding the headlines with laughter and light. No prepping for doom. We dance in the fray. Sportcat keeps us laughing through the end of the day. NASA aborts, politics explode. The daily quiz keeps us in code. Sasquatch, aliens, sports and lore. Every show's an adventure, never a bore. We're used to Brenda's grin and Sportcat's twist. We're doom proof, we can't resist. Turn up that stream. Hit that bell. In the chaos of life, we laugh and yell. Sportcast Gazette, don't bunker tonight. We're riding the headlines with laughter and light. No prepping for doom. We dance in the fray. Sportcat keeps us laughing through the end of the day.